You achieved everything you wanted, then felt nothing. And that emptiness is scarier than the struggle ever was. This video is for the person who did everything right, and still ended up asking, is this it? There is a psychological trap that almost every high achiever falls into. Psychologists call it the arrival fallacy. It's the belief that once you reach the milestone, the grade, the job, the income, the relationship, the goal you've been chasing for years, you will finally feel okay. You will feel worthy, satisfied, complete. But here's what actually happens. You arrive. You feel it, briefly. A rush, a relief, a moment of pure satisfaction. And then, it fades. Faster than you expected. Quieter than you deserved. And before you've even had time to enjoy where you are, your brain has already started building the next target. This is not a personal failure. This is biology. Scientists call it hedonic adaptation. Your brain is remarkably good at one thing above all else, getting used to things. A landmark study compared lottery winners to people who had experienced severe accidents. Both groups, over time, returned to roughly the same baseline happiness they had before. Think about what that means. Winning the lottery, and feeling normal again within months. Your biggest achievement, the one you've been working toward for years, will do the same thing. This is what researchers call the hedonic treadmill. You keep running. The scenery keeps changing. But the feeling of arrival, the feeling you're chasing, stays exactly the same distance ahead of you. And so you set a bigger goal. Work harder. Push further. Not because you're ambitious. Because the alternative, stopping and sitting with the emptiness, feels unbearable. Here's the part most people never reach because they are too busy chasing the next thing to stop and think about it. Psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan spent decades studying what actually makes people feel fulfilled. What they found was this. External achievements, titles, money, status, recognition, can bring temporary satisfaction. But they cannot meet the three things the human mind actually needs to feel whole. Autonomy, the feeling that your life is genuinely yours. Connection, real, meaningful relationships that see you beyond your achievements. Purpose, work that means something beyond the outcome. When you build an entire identity around achievement and neglect these three, you can win everything and still feel like you've lost something you can't name. That feeling isn't ingratitude. It's your nervous system telling you what the trophies couldn't. So what do you do with this? First, stop treating the emptiness as a problem to fix with more achievement. The emptiness is information. It's telling you that the thing you've been optimizing for isn't the thing you actually needed. Second, start asking a different question. Not, what do I want to achieve next? But, what would make this life feel like mine? What would you do if nobody was watching? If there were no metrics, no comparisons, no external validation? The answer to that question is closer to your actual purpose than any goal you've ever set. You didn't fail by feeling empty after everything you achieved. You were just chasing the wrong thing in the right direction. And now that you know that, you can finally start moving toward something real. If this video found you at the right moment, share it with someone who's been running and wondering why they still feel tired. Subscribe for more psychology your school never taught you. See you in the next one.